This is a 3-minute message brought to you by Redemption Church, Delray Beach.
In Galatians chapter 5, Paul really nails down the problem that is going on in this church. He says in verse 7, "You were running well. Who hindered you from obeying the truth?" See, we have this new freedom, this new inheritance, this new family we're brought into by the gospel. But it's for a purpose, as Ephesians 2 tells us. We are his workmanship, that we are created for good works, that we would walk in them. Paul puts it this way in verse 13. He says, "For you were called to freedom, brothers. Only do not use your freedom as an opportunity for the flesh, but through love serve one another." We've been freed, we've had the shackles removed, we've been given new life, we've been raised from the dead, but for a purpose, that we would love one another, that we would serve one another. And so he reminds us all throughout Scripture, in Romans and in 1 Corinthians, not to use this freedom for selfish gain, not to use it so that we may have sin abound. It says in 1 Corinthians that all things are permissible, but not all things are profitable. And so would we do what is profitable? We now have this freedom to do what is good, to do what is right, so may we walk in it. Later in Galatians 5, verse 22, it begins the fruit of the Spirit. It talks about how the fruit of the Spirit is love, is patience, is joy, is kindness, and many other things, that we would walk in these attributes, that we would walk in this new life. We haven't been saved simply for ourselves, but to bless others, to live as we were created to originally. And so may you walk in that new life, not using this freedom for selfish gain or for ill motives, but would you use this freedom to bless others, to glorify God by loving others? And so we now have this freedom. Let's use it rightly, as he encourages the Galatian church to do.